I'm here, actually, you might not recognise this place, but the place was very familiar to me. It's the West Upper Stand in Lansdowne Road. It's from here I witnessed such moments as Jason McAteer scoring that great goal against Holland. And I'm with Martin Murphy, the stadium director, and we're looking forward now to when this is open. But this whole project, how much of an undertaking is it?
It's a massive undertaking. It's a huge project by any considerations. There's about 600 people working here at the moment, and there's about 80 subcontractors involved. It's one of the biggest projects in the country at the moment, and it's very exciting to be involved in it.
The stadium now, if you were to describe it like in comparison to another stadium, what stadiums would it be like?
Well, Aviva Stadium is very similar to Emirates. We've got the same designers. So if you could imagine, people that are familiar with the Emirates Stadium, if they could imagine Emirates with one end of it missing, it's a very similar design. And I think we have a lot of features in common with Emirates. There's a lot of excellent facilities in here that are similar to what you'd see over there.
What about this end that's missing? You know, the horseshoe shape to the stadium. What's the story with that?
Well, because of the nature of the site, we're very close to our local neighbours, our residents. So to compensate for that, the stadium is much lower at the north end, and also the canopy of the stadium reflects light. So that's one of the unique features of the design. People will see this fantastic building with lots of light reflected out into the community, and the idea is to lessen the impact that the stadium has on the north end, which is the Halbrook Square end. The tier at the north end is a single tier, where the rest of the stadium is horseshoe shaped, but even at the north end, the roof will cover the seats at that end.
On the way in you were showing us some of the different features, but we still have some of the old tunnels from the previous stadium, and there's new underpasses gone in so that the dart won't be an issue anymore.
That's right. The whole emphasis here has been on customer comfort, and access and egress was one of the major factors. So in order to deal with the dart, there's an underpass which allows people to move up and down Lansdowne Road, and we've dealt with the congestion that used to accompany matches here because of the dart. So the spectators' experience will be totally different. It'll be much easier to get into the stadium. Once you get in, it's easier to get around, and then you've got a fantastic view into the bowl, and you're right up on top of the action. So it'll retain its atmosphere.
And you've put in, you were telling me as well, you've put in some features that won't be needed, like ladies' toilets.
Well, you know, the changing profile of football is that there's far more families, far more ladies going to matches, and that's reflected in the facilities that we have here. The
main building itself looks like it's taken shape, but how much work is then in putting in the final, like the screwing in the final bits and even waiting for the pitch?
Well, I suppose the dramatic progress has been made at the moment because the building is actually almost complete. But it's a very complex building. For example, there's 72 kilometres of pipe and 190 kilometres of cable and 30,000 blocks. So the scale of the whole thing is just enormous. And in addition to that, there's about 1,000 rooms, 12,000 light bulbs. It's a totally unrecognisable stadium compared to the old Lansdowne Road, which was very basic.
We've all kinds of matches to look forward to here, even the UEFA Cup final. What else has been planned for for Aviva Stadium? So I'm becoming more modern.
Well, there's certainly our first year is going to be a very hectic schedule. We've got the Four Nations tournament, we've got the UEFA Cup final, which is going to be a massive event. And we've got a fantastic opening event in August of next year. So all in all, there's going to be a tremendous schedule, including concerts and Six Nations rugby and autumn internationals. It'll be a very exciting, vibrant programme.
I have to remember so that Lansdowne Road is just the address of the Aviva Stadium. Thanks very much, Martin. Cheers.
Thanks, sir.